Hello there, and welcome back to Dicing with Death. I apologize for the sudden stopping of the last of the stream or of the last video. My computer just turned itself off. Not like power down, but like the power went out, turned itself off, but the lights never changed. So maybe something in there is overheating and it's about to do it again, or maybe it was a fluke. We'll find out. But if it
Maybe your
does happen
gnome
again,
said.
we're probably just going to stop playing because that my computer's dying.
Maybe your gnome said, "How dare you not take my 12 GP offer?" And
Right.
table flipped our whole negotiation.
So where were we exactly?
I was trying to pawn a gold necklace for 12 GP, and thinking about haggling higher.
Yeah, that's where we were. Okay. Yeah, 12 is
So
probably too much.
I'll take 12 GP.
Oh, well, you're getting me at a good deal, but okay, here you go. And he pulls out a couple of golden coins. Two of them, actually. And slide them across to you, and then pulls out a platinum coin and slides it across to you.
Ooh. Have I ever seen a platinum coin before?
No.
I will step outside and actually compare it to the random silver coin that I have.
The weird one?
Yeah.
They look to be made of different metals. The silver one is more silvery. The platinum one's more platinum-y.
Okay.
The silver one is bigger though. It's about 30% larger, and it has that circle with the what was it? Whatever symbol I described.
You never described it.
No, that's right. That was a different campaign earlier today. Yeah, you never got a good look at the sigil because it was light out or dark out. So now that you have a good look on it, there is kind of like an indented circle with a tree coming up in the middle. And it's the same on both sides. Except on one side the tree is going up and on the other side the tree is going down.
Alright, so before it just said special silver coin, now it says encircled tree. And I have pearl necklaces, but I think...
No, you have pearl earrings.
Yeah, but I'm not going to pawn them at the same place, obviously. I'm not stupid.
Well, where do you go then?
I'm just wandering around the city, thinking if I have enough money to head back to... What's it called?
Okay. While you're
So if you want to give me any
wandering...
random encounters while I'm thinking about whether to pawn these pearl necklaces or not, or...
Pearl
what the heck
earrings.
silver coin is, yeah.
As you're wandering through the streets, you see that guy. That guy that ran the woman through last night. You see him just kind of walking nonchalantly down the street.
He wouldn't recognize me, obviously, because I am no longer 6'3" and in plate mail. I'm just an average-looking dude.
But
I'll keep my eye on him.
okay.
My sword
he's
is
headed
in my backpack
he's
at
headed
this
the opposite direction. So
point. All right, so I'll walk past him maybe 20 feet and then casually circle around like I forgot something and
okay. Yeah.
trail him.
All right. So you start trailing him. He goes down half a block and into a bar. It's a bar that you actually didn't even recognize because the steps go down. There's like a doorway, but it's like sunk way down in the bottom. There's like a set of steps that have to go down to it. And the bottom of the steps has a grate with all the water running down into what seems to be the sewer below the grate. And there's no sign out front, but as he opens the door and walks in, you hear the noise of raucous laughter coming from inside.
Yeah, I'll head on inside. Yeah, I'll
Okay.
enter the bar. I'm a little freaked out because I've seen this guy before. Saw him murder a woman in an alley and leave her body there for me to loot. So that was weird. But he wouldn't recognize me.
Right. He would have no
He
reason
should-
to recognize you.
So I'll head on into this bar and scope it out.
Okay. There's people hanging out and talking. You can still hear the rain outside, hopefully. And every now and then you see a rat skittering by. This place does not look like the most sanitary bar you've ever been in. There's some wood chips down on the floor to sop up something or other, and there's, as I said, rats running around from time to time. The bar is not that crowded, and the people in there are not necessarily that sober.
Well, this seems like a fun place.
Yeah.
I guess I loiter around for a minute or so and watch where the guy goes, but I'm probably about to leave.
He goes up to the bartender, says a few words, and then the bartender and him disappear into the kitchen, which is covered by like a thin, greasy curtain, and disappear from sight.
Yeah, I'm out. Fuck it, I'm out. I leave. I'm gone. I have no interest in this thieves guild. We're getting backstabbed in the dark. Yeah, this is over my pay grade. I'm gone.
All right, you walk out.
Do I have an in-room for the night? I don't think I do.
No, you don't. The rain picks up as you step outside.
So I'm gonna head back to the hotel that I. No, I'm gonna go find a new hotel. Far side of town, Southern Gate, the side of town that I hadn't even been to yet.
Okay. You make your way south through the streets.
The rain washed away my footprints.
As I said, I guess
that
that's a different time. Yeah. It's pretty stormy out, and pretty soon you're just running through mud like everyone else is, and people kind of realize that no one's doing anything today, and the shops close up, and everyone starts to just stay inside where it's warm. You see lots of yellow fires and yellow light coming through windows, and you can smell the smoke on the air, even through the thick, heavy rain. You make your way through the streets looking for a tavern or an inn on the far side of town, on the south side of town, and spot a place called Underfoot that looks like an inn with a tavern attached.
Alright, I head for it and grab a room for the night.
Okay, you head into Underfoot. It's a pretty standard inn. There's a big common room when you first walk in, and that's pretty much it. There's a guy standing behind a counter who waves to you as you walk in, a staircase that goes upstairs, and a big common room downstairs with a hearth. There are half a dozen people in the common room about the fire.
Let me answer my phone really quick, and then... Sorry about that. Give me just, 30 seconds.
Sometimes that happens, guys. Meanwhile, now that Ryan's not here, we can just talk shit about him. And about his terrible decision to let the book go. Actually, I completely condone the decision to let the book go like that. That was an excellent RPing move, and he will be getting experience points for that. He could have sold it for gold, and I actually probably won't tell him this is why he's getting extra XP. Maybe I will. We'll figure it out when we get there. But definitely extra experience for playing your character and be like, oh my god, this is so annoying. I'm just going to give you this book. Sacrifice like that is worth experience. So that'll be fun. Let's see. What else will be fun? I don't know. What other experience is he getting? He did kill the orc, and he killed 2 goblins with the help of a dude. Recovered a sword. Probably going to be ballparking another 700 or 800 experience this session. Maybe. We'll see. Oh, I think he's about to come back. Let's hush hush.
Sorry about that. I'm here. What were you saying?
Nothing. We were not talking about you. Maybe we were talking about you. We might have mentioned you a few times.
Alright.
It might have entirely been about you.
Yeah, alright. It's all good. So where were we? Before...
You walk into Underfoot.
Yes, and I'm buying a tavern room for the night.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend is definitely not calling me.
Again?
No.
Okay.
No.
Cool.
Fenric does not have a cell phone or a girlfriend to call him when he's trying to play Dungeons and Dragons at...
Hey, he's got Cookie, and that counts for something.
Alright, 5 silver for a room?
Yeah, 5 silver for a room.
Alright, I get a room at Underfoot.
Okay. Is there anything you particularly try to do, want to do?
I don't need rest. I don't need spell slots. So I guess I'll probably hang out in the common room and figure out my plan.
Okay. Give me another D10.
D10. What is this D10? You have some random table that I'm rolling on, and I don't like it one bit. Oops, that is not a D10.
That's a D1. Okay.
7.
Alright, so you're sitting there listening to this conversation, these various conversations, and you catch something about a sage in town. Something about him catches your ear, and you start listening to the conversation. And it appears the two characters, the two NPCs, are discussing this sage's knowledge of the world and how far-reaching it is. That he can pluck things out of time and space and examine them, no matter where he is. That he can see any person and hear any wave crashing anywhere in the world. And they're just like
into this conversation,
discussing him with
pretending that I'm a
wonderment.
little bit drunk,
Okay.
which my character's not, but I am. So I'll probably sound just drunk enough while I'm asking them.
That's perfect.
A sage, you say?
Uh-huh.
Fumbling between them, and he sells his precogitations.
They say if you can convince him to tell your future, or tell you something, anything, it's bound to be true. Problem is, he doesn't just do it for money. Sometimes he asks a favor. Sometimes he, I don't know, asks
How
for
much
gold.
does this favor usually cost?
Couldn't say. I've never done it myself. No, my friend's got a cousin whose sister did it.
Cousin whose sister did it.
I mean, it was his half-sister, so it wasn't the other guy's cousin.
Does this guy have like a tent at a carnival or something?
No, he's set up here in town.
Really?
Yeah. He moved here a few
feels
years
normal.
ago. New fella. Old fella.
Where's his shack?
He's got, she doesn't have no shack. He has a full-fledged 3-story tower made of stone and iron. You ever heard of the fella before? His name is Newt.
Newt.
Yep, like the critter.
No, I have not. Can
Well,
I get direction to Newt's tower?
yes, sirree, Bob. I can give you direction to Newt's tower. You just gotta skip over yonder there street, go down the road past it, and then over the hill, you'll see a little squat tower, a little garden around it, usually a bunch of halflings hanging about, and that's Newt's tower.
Your accent suddenly got much thicker when mine did.
Well, you know what?
so
I
I will-
grew up near Swampside, and I guess it just brings it out in me when you do it too.
Alright, so I am going to head out over across yonder street. There was a turn, and there were some halflings in a garden somewhere. It's dark and stormy. I hope I can find it.
Give me a perception check.
RD 20 plus 12, 28 should be enough to find yonder Newt's tower.
All right, you come
over the
around.
street. Are there still halflings playing in the garden even though it's raining out?
No, there are no halflings playing in the garden, but you do find a short, squat stone tower with iron curls that come up on the top of it by the parapets. It looks kind of intimidating, and gardens all around the base. Beautiful rose gardens and bushes.
So I will approach the front door and give it a loud with
Okay.
my quarterstaff.
Pretty soon, a halfling comes to the door and opens it up and goes, "Hello, Missa."
Are you Newt?
No, I'm not Newt,
Oh.
but Newt owns this tower. Do you have an appointment with the Great One?
If I did, wouldn't he know I was coming?
Well, he doesn't tell me everything.
Yes, I have an appointment. Lead on, lead on.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Oh, critical. 32.
As you walk past him, you actually feel his hand like brush across the scabbard of your fire sword.
Does he try to unsheath it?
And
Or
you
is he
kind
just
it doesn't he doesn't actually like take it from you, but you can feel it like push against him, and he kind of like gives a little bit of a tug, like he doesn't quite want to let it go out of his hand, but he doesn't actually
I
like
keep my
jostle it.
hand. I keep it sheathed, but I keep my left hand on the hilt of that sword.
Okay.
It's actually in my backpack, like just the little point of the scabbard is sticking out. So did
Oh,
he just
never
touch
mind
that?
then. No, that's not what happens then.
I mean, there's still a little bit of the.
No,
Of
but
the
it'd be sticking out. It'd be too high for him to reach.
Okay, so he
Um,
doesn't actually do that.
no, he does not actually
I
do
see
that.
him eyeing it covetously, or was
Yes,
he
you
right?
do notice him giving it a look, and then he like sees you looking, and then shakes his head and goes forward.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll shift my satchel.
Okay. He points upstairs until you get to the second floor. The second floor is also the top floor. It seems the other staircase that goes to the third floor must be somewhere else on the second floor, like because it's just a dead end wall. And
Okay.
there's a doorway, and the halfling nods. He says, "If you got an appointment, you can just go in. Have a good day." And he turns back and walks downward.
I
Also, with that
opened.
32 perception check, you notice that there are no light sources in this room, yet it is not dark at all.
All right, that's cool. Witchcraft. 100% confirmed. I
Yeah,
open the door and
continual
walk
light spell
in.
going off if you want to play it that way.
I open the door and walk on in,
Uh,
assuming that if this guy is actually a precognition, I don't know what you call it, a diviner, and he knows I'm coming.
you walk on in,
What's,
and
what's on the other side of the door?
a hunched over old man with a sinking, wrinkly face and long, wiry hair that sticks out and goes all over the place. Looks up from a book, his hand sitting on a crystal orb, and looks at you in the eyes and goes, "Who are you to disturb my studies?" And takes his hand off the orb, which now you didn't even realize it had light coming from it, but the light quenches and it goes dark. And he looks at you quizzically.
Aren't you expecting me?
"Should I be expecting you?"
Well, you're the precog
"Excuse me?
diviner.
Have you been listening to rumors, son?"
No, a little too busy making them.
"You have come here for a reason, though, and as you are here, you should state your business."
I pause briefly, not entirely sure what my reason is, but I was intrigued to hear that there was a so-called prophet or whatever the people in the village call him,
"So what do you do now?"
an oracle. Um. Do you see things? I
"I
asked.
see many things."
Like perhaps auras of magics?
"Ask me straight. What is it that you look for?"
Well, I found this, and I pull out the magic short sword from my satchel. It's sort of on fire, and I can't get it to go out. And I bring it just like an inch or two out of the sheath.
The flame starts to light up as you do. Give me a charisma check.
17.
Okay.
Only mediocre.
Nothing then. He looks at it and looks at you and says, "Son, do you know what you have in your hands?"
No, but I'm guessing that you do?
You should hand that over to me.
No, no. I'm immediately regretting coming over here. I'm trying to figure out. I sheathed and put it back in my backpack.
That blade will corrupt your soul, corrupt your mind. You had best give it to me for safekeeping.
Do you know what it is?
It is nothing to be trifled with.
Is it cursed?
It's dangerous. Some would
Really?
call it cursed.
What'll you give me?
I'm saving your life.
Nope, not enough. And I start backing out of his office or whatever.
You see his eyes flicker to your blade, and he kind of bites his lower lip a little bit and stands up, and she's got a shaky, hobbly body.
He's probably
What-
still
what-
gonna let it. Nice.
What is your name? Tell me your name at least.
No thanks. I'm gonna peace out. Bye. And I try to get out of that room.
No! He shouts, and he starts to hobble after you.
I
You
was
make it
worried
halfway
he
down
would-
the tower before he gets to the door. He pokes his head out and he says, "It's dangerous! Leave it here!"
I mean, I'm GTFOing. I was willing to hear his offers for trade, but it sounded like he was going a little bit crazy.
Okay.
So I'm getting out.
All right.
You
And
want me to roll initiative, or can I just?
no, he's an old man. You cannot run him. That's not even difficult.
Right, so
and
I get out of Newt's little tower, and
I actually think on that note, we're gonna end it here
for the session for the
for
night.
probably the night.
Yeah, are we getting a little tired? It's only 1 a.m.
It's
We've
only
only
1
done,
a.m.
like 6 sessions today.
I've only played 11 hours of D&D today. But
Alright,
this is a
let's
really
wrap
good
it up.
ending point, and I can't do any other storylines that would take less than like 2 hours, and I don't want to play
Yeah.
till 3.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for watching this random late night impromptu dicing with death. VODs will be on YouTube eventually over
Shortly?
the next week.
Yeah, over the next week they'll be coming out. And I think
Um,
we agreed we're going to try and squeeze in the game on Monday.
That should work. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's like 5-6 days from now. I don't know where I am. Happy holidays, everyone,
Happy holidays.
and we'll see you afterwards for dicing with death.
Yeah.
Where you have a shout out? Is there something going on?
No, the only
Weekend?
thing going on is that I will be
Over the
doing a New Year's Eve, no, a Christmas Day stream, and like probably a Christmas Eve through Christmas Day stream, and a New Year's Eve through New Year's Day stream. So if you don't have anything to do Christmas in the morning or like AM or Christmas Eve late night, same thing with New Year's. I will be here by myself because on both instances I will be alone in this house. All by myself.
That's
So you can
very
come
sad.
watch video
I'm not sure
games.
if I'll be here, but Koibu will be here.
I'll be here for you.
Maybe some of you guys will be here.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it. Happy holidays, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this, and good night. Bye-bye.